right? So in here we have the slice-based testing, right? In slice-based testing, so it's another form of white box testing where like you are developing a graph for your program and you do some sort of different testing, right? So we will discuss. So this was like developed for software maintenance purpose, right? So and then this slice-based testing are very useful for software debugging, maintenance, and program understanding the program, right? So we will go through and then you can realize actually these three, these slice-based testing are useful for these three, right? So before we are talking about this technical jargon of size-based testing, right? So let's assume you have a loaf of bread. Right? So when you have bread, so you slice it. Right? හැබැයි පෙති කැපුවා කියලා ඔයා ඔක්කොම ටික පෙති ටික පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාට ඕනි ටික විතරක් අරගෙන පග මේ එක කනවනම් කරනවා පට්ටේ. Right? So something like that. Size-based testing වලත් වෙන්නේ අන්න ඔය කතන්දරෙම තමයි. Right? So we have a bigger program and what we are doing is like we slice our bread, we slice our program. Right? So, and then when we have set of slice, we reach for one slice and we do the testing for that particular slice, right? So usually these slicing or the slices, program slices are the core program logic slices. අපේ entire software එකේ අපි slices හැදුවට පස්සේ හරි කොටස් ගත්තට පස්සේ ඒ කොටස් represent කරනවා අපේ entire කියන්නේ සම්පූර්ණ software එකේ business logic එක or the program logic එක, right? So අපි සාමාන්‍ය so we don't like do the slicing for as we wish, right? So instead of that, we basically slice our program into useful or the each and every slices which have a useful meaning, right? So we will discuss. So in the slicing criteria, so we have some sort of slicing criteria also, right? So in the slicing criterion for given program, right? It will be some sort of like in technically we are telling it something like Windows, right? So through that we can observe our program behavior, right? So these in this program size we can have say different statements, different variables, right? And we will like observe the values of our given program slice before execution and after execution also, right? So we will right? So if we go for the definition for size-based testing, so if the given program is denoted by P and program graph is GP, right? And let's assume our program has different statements and blocks of statements, and these are numbered, right? And we have set of variables. So the variables in the program P is denoted as V, capital V, right? So we can simply write the slice on the variable set V at the given statements, something like S, V, capital V, N, right? So this S will be denoting your program, sorry, your slice. V is denoting the variable name. N is the line number this variable belongs to. So if we go for this one, take the, so this is this simply this particular statement, right? Telling that take the size of your program, which is starting from username variable, which is appeared in 27 lines. So this is it, right? So then, like we have different. So we are not actually, when we consider about this slicing, we are not taking each and every statement, right? We only focus on few cases, right? So before that, right, we will go to few definitions, right, for different graph terminologies, right? So if we like if your program is contributing some sort of contributing for some sort of operations, right? In the graph theory world, the computer flow graphs or whatever graph, right? We called it as use, right? The contribution is denoted by use, and we have different set of contributions, right? So in some cases we have decision nodes, so we called it used in predicate. So the predicate is some sort of similar word to decision. So in that case, we are denoting that if your statement is having a decision operation or the predicate operation, we call it as PUs. And if your statement is contributing by doing computation operations, so we say CUs. If your statement is generating output operation, so in that case OUs. So if your statement is pointing some sort of variables or the pointers, so we are telling that as LUs, or the use for location. If your statement is representing iteration, so we say IUs. So these are the 5 different use or the contribution of a given code, right? So then we have the notation of contribution, and we have again, so these are the contributions. So basically these are use, and again we can have definitions. It means like definition nodes usually not performing any sort of calculation, so those kind of operation. Instead of that, right, we have like assignments, input, those kind of things are fallen under the definitions, right? So if your statement is inputting some sort of value to your program, so it will be idef. If your statements are having assignment operator, it means A equals B, X equal to A plus B, those kind of things, we called it as ADEF for the assignment definition, right? And then this, so we have like 5 users and 2 definitions, so all are 7. So from those type of 7 cases, we are not going to input all 7. Instead of that, we are only considering few of statements, right? So first thing is, if statement fragment n in slice variable name and the line number, right, is a defining node for V, then n is included in the slide. So it means, right? So let's assume your program having something like this. Statement 1, A equals 10. Statement 2, B equals 1 plus A, something like this, right? Let's assume. So let's assume someone is asking to take a slice, right? Okay. So let's assume someone is telling you to take a slice which is for the variable A appeared in the 3rd line. So it means this one, right? So this is our N, this is our V, and this is our S, right? So the what is this first statement is saying? If the statement fragment N is defining node for V, then N is included in the slice. අපේ කෝඩ් එකේ අපිට දීලා තියෙන සයිස් එකේ මේ A කියන එක්කෙනා 3 තැනින් ගන්න කියලා කියන third line එකෙන් ගන්න කියනවනේ. එතන වෙලා තියෙනවා නම් කොතන හරි definition එකක් variable එකක් define කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ A def කියන case එක නම් එයාව include කරන්න කියලා කියනවා. Right? A කියන එක්කෙනාව පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. අපි දැන් මෙතන මෙහෙම දීලා තිබුණාට අපි දැන් හිතමුකෝ දැන් මේ ඒ තමයි first case එක. ඊට පස්සේ අපි හිතමුකෝ something like we have this. Okay, we have a right? අපිට කියනවා second line එකේ A appear වෙලා තියෙන නිසා එයාව ගන්න එතනින් පටන් ගන්න කියලා කියනවා. හැබැයි මේ වගේ වෙලාවට අපිට ඒක ගන්න බෑ. ඒකට හේතුව මෙතනදි වෙලා තියෙන්නේ assignment එකක් defining definition එකක් නෙවෙයි තියෙන්නේ. මෙතන තියෙන්නේ මේ A කියන එක්කෙනාව මේ B කියන එක්කෙනාගේ මොකක් හරි value එකක් ගන්න එයා පාවිච්චි කළා. Usage notation node එකක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. In that case, we are not going to include into our slice. Right? So if your code is having P users, it means decision points, predicate users, or calculation users. So in that case, you can insert it to your slice. Right? And if your what we call slice is having output statements, O use means output statement, L use means location uses. I means yeah, iteration, right? So outputs, locations, and iteration nodes තියෙනවා අපි ඒව දාන්නේ අපේ slice එක. Right? So conditions, computations, assignment operators වගේ තියෙනවා නම් විතරක් අපි අපේ slice එකට දාගන්න. So you have to only worry about three different cases. Only decisions, computations, and then the definition. Right? So usually when you are requested to do this program slicing, right? So how you are generating your slices? So you can by like tracking this given slice, you can understand what are the statements that are included in this particular given slice. The rest of things we can delete. Right? And also, when you are like taking a slice from your program, right? That slice should be equivalent to or the represent the specific behavior of your program. So usually if else computations, those kind of things are affecting to your behavior of your program, right? So in that case, you can use those statements. And then we have another problem, one simple problem with slicing, right? So in some cases, you are slicing or you are deleting your program codes in order to have your slice, right? In some cases, let's assume you have if then else block and you simply remove only the then clause. So in that case, you can have if else, right? But it is not correct, right? Then so you have to, if you are removing, either you have to remove entire if or you have to keep entire if else statement, right? It means if you are having if then else statement block, either you should keep the entire if then else block or you can entirely remove, right? So we will go through with very simple code snippet and how to do the slicing. So this is my program, right? So my first slice will be this one. Slice C, line number 3. So line number 3 is here, this one, right? And C is my variable, right? You can see I have two variables here, but I have to only consider with the given variable. So in that case, right? So first I will take my third statement. It's because it's a definition. Then in order to execute this particular statement, C equals to B square. So I have to get the value of this B. So in that case, I am trying to get the value of the corresponding statement for B. Pairing is not a simple operation. So this B is appearing in second statement. So in that case, if someone is asked to get a size something like this for this particular program, right? These two only by itself will be my slice. So you can see it's having a meaning. So b equals 6 is okay, and that b is using in order to calculate the c, right? So this is how we going to take the slices out. So if someone is asking something like this, right? Take the C variable of fifth line. Now it's fifth line. So first I go to the fifth line. So it's here. So I am taking fifth line. And then in the fifth line, it's saying C equals A plus B. So in order to execute this particular C equals A plus B statement, I have to get both A and B. So I'm trying to find where is this A and B. So in fourth statement, yeah, that is talking about D, right? And then if I go to third line, it's not again either A or B. It's about C, right? And then, okay, now I can find B in second statement. So then I am taking that one also. Then I have to consider about where this A is generated or the defined. So that is in here. So this statement, and this statement will be my size of my program if the case is this, right? So likewise, so if someone is asked to get E variable in seventh line, right? So it's here. So I'm taking that one out. And then I want B and C. So in sixth line, it's not having either B and C, right? Okay. In fifth line, it's a scanf. It's inputting some sort of value, right? And that B and C is available in here, right? So in that case, I have to take that one as well, right? Then, so printf command is there, and that is the one which is basically taking the appearing in the what we call UI. So I'm also taking this. It's because it is doing some sort of activity with these B and C, right? You can see, although it's a print statement, right? So then in third line, B and C is, and also E is declare. So in this is declaration. So again, I am taking this one, right? And so I have select my three statements, right? This one, this one, so this one and this one, right? But this is actually when it compares with the previous case, it's a code segment, but in here this is a C program where you can run in your computer. So this is an executable code. So in that case, in order to execute without errors by using C compiler, I should have this one, and this one. So that's why I am having 1, 2, and 10 here, right? So likewise, we can have, if you are requested to do this one, so again you have to go upwards. right? Do you have any questions? මුකුත්ම තේරුම් නැද්ද?